After further review, this is the Fantasy Football Blitz.
Do you know who I am?
Powered by whotostart.com.
Who the hell are you?
Whotostart.com.
Peekaboo!
The Fantasy Football Blitz.
Who the buttons?
This is the Fantasy Football Blitz, powered by whotostart.com on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 104.5ESPN.com.
NFL season kicks off tonight. That means it's time to set your fantasy rosters. We'll do this every Thursday in this spot throughout the season. Get you some personalized fantasy football advice from our friends over at whotostart.com. Also, whotostart.net now, if you'd like to log on there, whotostart.net. Darren Tietkin jumps aboard with us. How are you, man?
Doing good. Looking forward to some football tonight.
I would imagine Cam Newton and that Carolina offense will be pretty high on people's boards tonight.
Yeah, you know, he's going to be looking to make good on that pretty terrible Super Bowl performance. Obviously, Denver's a tough defense, but Cam Newton's pretty much matchup proof, especially since he runs for 40 or 50 yards a game. So we have at number 7 this week. There's a few guys we'd prefer to have out there, but she should be a good start this week.
What do you make of Trevor Siemian making his first start tonight against that Carolina defense?
I wouldn't want to be him. The Carolina defense is still really, really good, and they got an axe to grind after losing that Super Bowl. But that Denver coaching staff is smart. They're not going to put him in too many precarious positions. They're going to run the ball, let him just kind of manage the game. But it'll be interesting to see what he does.
Anybody on that Denver offense that's worth starting tonight?
Yeah, I mean, C.J. Anderson's going to get the ball quite a bit. Obviously, we're a little bit, down on the receivers a little more. But, if you're looking for a tight end to start, Virgil Green is not really an option this week. We don't really like him. So pretty much anybody in the passing game we'd probably bench unless you have no better options. But C.J. Anderson should do it for you.
Maybe a couple, if you wouldn't mind, Darren, a couple of your front runners this week, guys that absolutely must start this week.
Well, I mean, this will hit home, close to home. We absolutely love the Saints versus the Raiders. Pretty much anybody in that offense, either offense, is going to be hot fantasy starts this week. Both quarterbacks, obviously, Drew Brees is a household name, but you can get to know Derek Carr, especially this week. He's our number 1 quarterback, actually. And then a host of receivers: Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, and then even the both tight ends on both sides should have pretty solid games.
Let's see if we can get your questions for Darren Tietkin. Wait, before we do that, sleepers this week, anybody worth keeping an eye on?
Well, I'm not sure if he's really a sleeper, but those that smartly grabbed D'Angelo Williams for at least 2 weeks get like one of the top running backs. When he filled in for Le'Veon Bell last year, he was an absolute monster. So, if you grabbed him in the middle rounds, you have a number 1 running back for a couple of weeks. So he's our number 1 running back this week, actually.
All right, let's get some questions. Into the huddle we go. Ryan Matthews or Spencer Ware, who to start?
We really like Ware this week. He's filling in for Jamal Charles. He's not ready to go. He's had a pretty nice preseason and filled in admirably. Last year it was kind of a split between him and Charkandrick West, but it looks like Ware is going to get the full go against the Chargers, who look pretty weak on defense. We like Ware a lot.
Mitch asks RG3 or Brock Osweiler, who to start?
I think we're leaning towards keeping Osweiler on the bench this week, even against the Bears. So, RG3's got a much better matchup, so I think you throw him out there this week.
You already talked about Spencer Ware. How about this one? Marvin Jones or Jordan Matthews at flex, who to start?
We like Jones quite a bit, actually. I mean, Megatron's gone. Those targets have to go somewhere. Eric Ebron, the tight end, is still kind of nursing a bum foot, and don't really think that Golden Tate really has the makeup of a number 1 wide receiver. So Marvin Jones steps right in. Not saying that he's going to put up Megatron numbers, but he could put up some nice numbers, especially against the Colts.
Jeremy Hill or T.J. Yeldon, who to start?
Yeah, we're kind of shying away from the Jaguar running game. Chris Ivey was brought in to kind of run between the tackles. Yeldon will still get carries, but I think your other option is probably the way to go there this week.
Avo asks Andy Dalton or Kirk Cousins, who to start?
Cousins, actually, kind of an underrated not just fantasy quarterback, but an underrated quarterback altogether. You know, he's fighting for a contract here, 1-year deal. So he's going to be chucking the ball. They don't have much of a running game, so when the matchup is right, he's going to be good, and the matchup's good this week, so we go with Cousins.
Let's blow and go, see how many of these we can rattle off. Which defense to start, Houston or L.A.?
Both, you know, good defenses to have for sure, but we like Houston a lot this week. They're our number one defense, so we got to go with them.
Charles Sims or Thomas Rawls, PPR League, who to start?
I'm not sure if Rawls is even going to be in there. If he is, it's going to be in limited fashion. Kristen Michaels, the guy there, so you got to go with your other option.
Melvin Gordon or Thomas Rawls, who to start?
Same thing there. I mean, I would have to check Rawls' status. You know, Michaels getting the start against Miami, so Melvin Gordon, maybe he gets to find his first real touchdown this week.
Under a minute to go, Kyle asked, Willie Snead or Tyler Lockett, who to start?
You know, both are decent options. I think just based on the matchup with the shootout there in New Orleans here Sunday, I think you go with Snead, and hopefully he finds the end zone for you.
Last one, Luck or Carr, who to start?
Well, like I said in the open there, Carr's our number one guy this week, so I think you got to go with him.
Darren Tietgen, who2start.com, personalized fantasy football advice. If you didn't get your question in, get to the website, who2start.com or who2start.net. Enter the promo code ESPN. They'll knock 20% off for you. Darren, we appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Enjoy opening weekend, man.
Thanks. You too.